The Caernarvon Defender has finally been sold outside of lockboxes in the World of Tanks Blitz auctions at 11,000 gold. To be fair, that's not a ridiculously expensive price tag. We can see the WZ121 GFT is currently 10,500 gold, so I don't actually think it's a ridiculous price tag for the Caernarvon Defender. And you might have noticed it says purchased, and yes, that is right. I did indeed buy the Caernarvon Defender. This is a vehicle that I did not manage to get my hands on my main account due to the ridiculous amount of money you would have to spend on lockboxes to get the vehicle. I managed to get it on my EU account pretty luckily, but nope, not on my main. So this is one of the few times I've been able to pick up an auction tank that I normally did not have sitting in my garage. In today's video, I'll be showcasing its capabilities and everything you'll want to know about the tank. But if you're wondering if this is a really good vehicle and you picked it up and you're like, wow, did I get a really good deal? Honestly, no. I'm going to be honest, the Emil one on the tech tree is like just better than this tank in every way. And even if you weren't comparing this to the Emil one, I'd say the Emil 1951 is better in a lot of ways. The vehicle's cool, but it really just doesn't have a lot going for it. Also, I just realized this is an autoloader, so yeah, I need to do an odd amount of shells. Alright, so let's fully equip this vehicle really quick. For everybody that likes to see what my equipment loadouts are, it's always basically the same. That right there is my entire equipment loadout, so it's very simple to get done. This vehicle does not have custom camos, as you can see, but you can put attachments on it. So what I want to do is very briefly pull up Armor Inspector. Using AP ammunition against the Caernarvon Defender, it looks like the vehicle's really strong. I mean, look at that. The whole entire front is 250, the upper plate's 280. That's really solid. Hull down, look at that. The vehicle's all red. The problem is there's something called gold ammunition. And when you load gold, yeah, the armor starts to wear off. The entire turret, even with enhanced, is only 260 at most, and on flat ground it's only about 250. That means literally every tier 8 heavy, even medium, is most likely going to butter through this vehicle's turret armor. Now I do like that upper plate's 300 mils base. That means hull down it's upwards of 450, but it's just not going to matter when the turret's pretty mediocre. Compare that to something like a Bisante, and look at the Bisante hull down. I mean, the turret's 255, even loading gold it's upwards of 270. You're not going to cut through this with any tier 8. And this is the difference. The Bisante is a pretty mid-upper plate, but it's got a really solid turret, which means that the vehicle's going to get many bounces while hull down. I would choose the Bisante any day of the week when it comes to armor compared to the Caernarvon Defender. So maybe the gun on this vehicle is really good. Well, let's take a look. The vehicle features 1945 DPM, which is alright, but the Emil one has more. Dispersion 0.326, not actually too bad, I will say that. Pen, pretty good, 230 on the standard, but 263 on the premium, not great. Its alpha damage is pretty low at 280, and the intraclip's also pretty mediocre at 3 seconds. Its mobility is only 30. I mean, you literally compare this vehicle stat to something like the Emil 1. It's worse in every way. DPM, mobility, even gun depression's basically the same, and the armor is flat worse on this vehicle. There's one thing I wanted to do though, and that is put enhanced armor on this vehicle. But yeah, I'm not going to say this is a bad tank because it's an autoloader, and inherently all autoloaders are quite strong. Also, it's in a tier that not everybody loads gold immediately, so you will get bounces. But at the same time, I do want to let people know that this is not an overpowered tank. It is in fact fairly well balanced. It's just not anywhere as good as a vehicle like the Emil 1, which I still consider to be an overpowered vehicle. So here we are in our first game. I'm just really happy I'm able to get my hands on this vehicle. I think it looks really cool. I really like the design it has, and it's a shame that the only way to previously get it was in lockboxes. So now I've finally been able to get my hands on the vehicle. Alright, let's see. Let's go! Alright, well I'm going to make my way over towards the park because this vehicle does have gun depression. Whenever you have gun depression, it's always best to use it, especially because this tank does have a big lower plate. You obviously don't want to let people shoot at it. I do really like the way the upper plate is designed. The fact that it's angled is really cool. It means that when you're using gun depression, it makes it much stronger, especially because it's a very solid upper plate in general. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that, but a tree did fall down all the way in the background, which means that there are vehicles here. We got a Charlemagne right in front of us. Now, that is actually a, funny enough, very easy tank to deal with for our vehicle because Okay, well that was a little cringe. Let's try that again. Bonk. There you go. At least we got one shell out. But yeah, the Charlemagne, actually a very easy tank for us to deal with because that vehicle only has Hesh as its premium round. So yeah, that's not a problem at all. Alright, nice. You can see when people load AP ammo. It's easy bounces all day. Got the T-32 off to the side. We got the Titan 54D. And, wow, that just went through our turret. Alright, well that's one of the cringiest things I've seen in a while. Let's see if we can get some more damage into the Titan 54D. There's another pen. And another one. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. We were able to get out a decent chunk, but look at that. Heat shell right through. Yeah, the armor's starting to wear off, but at least we got a decent chunk of HP. We are a heavy after all, so we got that going for us. But yep, look at that. I mean, the dude barely even aimed and just went right through our armor. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, the armor on this vehicle is just very, very disappointing. Look at that. Again, just right through it, man. Yeah. Look at right through the mantlet, too. Okay, yeah. This tank it's just not it. Like, if it had good turret armor, like even 270, I'd say it's pretty good. But it's just not enough at what it currently sits at to really get the job done. Well, let's see if we can get some shells into the T-32. There's one shot for 267. 2 shells. Alright, not too bad. Wonder if we can jump on the Charlemagne. Come on. Come over here, bro. Hooah! Oh, yeah. That's great. You know what? That was pretty fun. I'll take it. He was the last guy left anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Well, as we saw in that first game, the armor on this vehicle is incredibly disappointing and doesn't really seem to work in the majority of situations you use it. At least the gun is alright, but man, that first shot wasn't. Let's try again. There you go. Enemy is hit. Alright, well, 20 seconds of reloading now. But yeah, the gun is not bad. At the end of the day, it is an autoloader, which means you're still able to dump 700 plus damage into your opponent in a shorter amount of time than they can usually reload. The only problem is that you just don't have much armor to really get the bounces in return. So we got the IS-6. There's 1 shell, 247, 2 shells, 279, and 3 shells, 292. So that's a pretty good chunk. We brought a full health IS-6 down to 1100, and I doubt he's going to push that anymore. Not too bad. Unless he wants to. That's his problem, though. We're going to drive up. We got a Tiger 2 holding that anyway. I'm trying to find where this Action 10 is. Where did he go? He's got to be, like, right around here. We got the WZ. IS-6 is not moving up, which is pretty expected. Okay. Oh, also something else I should mention about this vehicle is that it has terrible aiming time, I guess, but the sides are only 50 mils on this vehicle. Yeah, 50 mils on the side, which means it's actually, like, awful at side scraping. So don't try side scraping in this tank, you'll get penned. Alright, so the STG's hopefully going to be able to clear that guy. We got the IS-6 off to the side over here. Not really sure what he's doing, but that's his problem. We're going to try and clear the WZ if we can. Come over here, WZ. I want to fight you, good sir. And a 1 bonk. You're gonna pen me. Yep, congrats. And a 2 bonks. Yep, and you're dead. Alright, easy peasy. Now all we need to do is turn around and wait 13 seconds so we can finish off the Action 10. I'm really not sure what this guy's idea is, though. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna YOLO me? You're gonna pen me 1 more time and then you're dead? Like, sometimes I don't understand the thought process behind people. Bye! Alright, you're dead. Got the T-49 off to the side. What's the 49 doing? I have no clue. Oh well, let's just push him. We got 2 shells in the barrel, and the T-49 has just about 2 shots worth of health if we HE him. But he's just gonna run away because he's lame. Alright, let's get 1 shell into the T-49. Let's load it in HE. Unfortunate, does not end up penning. Alright, well this was a okay game. We ended up dealing 2,700 damage, but again, the armor just doesn't work on this vehicle. I mean, the lower plate is so big that on flat ground, everybody's going to pen it. And hull down, as you saw in the previous battle, everybody pens you as well. So, I don't know, the vehicle, it's just not very good. It looks cool, and I'm glad I was able to get my hands on it because it was one of the only tanks I didn't have. But it's still a rather disappointing vehicle, to say none the least. So, yeah, let's see. We were able to deal 2,902 damage, second class, and, yeah, not bad. I mean, again, it's not a bad tank, it's just not a good tank. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let me know what you guys think about the Caernarvon Defender, but I really would not have recommended to pick this tank up. I know people are going to say, oh, I'm a collector, but just because you're a collector doesn't mean you need to buy every single thing that pops out. If you're a fan of Corvette and they make a new car, it doesn't mean you need to buy the newest Corvette model every time a new one comes out. Either way, let me know what you guys think about this vehicle in the comments. Maybe I'm just rambling on. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.